Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah. It's a kiwi, right? Okay. Right. You gotta know, name the family. Name the family, when somebody said it is the Apterigidae. Okay. Next.
Who did he?
Name the family.
Ostrich.
Ostrichidae.
Shoeidae.
Yes. The Ostrichidae. Yes. Yes, of great economic importance. The ostrich, great producer of leather. I'm sure you're all wearing ostrich hide belts and have ostrich hide handbags. Ostriches, yes, precocial young.
Little babies.
And there's Dada. Name the family.
Kill 3 of those babies in one shot.
Theonidae. Yes. Okay.
That's a pretty bird there. Oh, what is that?
Name the family. It's a very big foot.
Sasquatchidae.
What family has very big feet? Megapodidae? How many toes? Only 3. So name the family. Oh. Okay. There, now you can see one of those guys. What kind of bird is that? It's not a rhea. It's a cassowary. Yes, cassowary. One of the most dangerous birds. You don't want to rile them up. They have the strength to, and will wherewithal, if they get pissed, to attack and embowel a man. Disembowel a man. Embowel.
Well, some of them probably put bowels in for months.
Yeah.
They get that nice pointy toe.
Yeah.
It's like a knife.
So one interesting fact, well, through life the cask grows, so the young ones don't have that. And I read somewhere that it's the females actually that are slightly larger and more brightly colored than males. Yeah, isn't that weird? I think it would be the opposite. The ostrich males are bigger and brighter than the female. Yeah, the female cassowary is the bigger one. Cassowaries. Name the family. Cassowareidae. Right. In the order. Cassowaraiiformes. Cassowareidae.
Is this how it's going to be? Pictures on the quiz, or
No, it's going to be even more confusing and dumbfounding.
I mean, are you going to bring us actual words or pictures?
No, we're going to purposefully try to confuse you and trick you.
Okay.
No, it's going to be like the quizzes. There will be no slides on the exam.
I already told them this.
But I didn't hear that part.
You didn't hear what part? I said it would be like the quizzes.
Well, I wasn't sure that I had pictures of actual words.
No, we're not going to. Now look how awkward this would be. Can you imagine trying to take the exam and me poking around at this thing, frustrating everybody? That, I know we're cruel, but we're not that cruel. All right. Let's continue on with our review. Okay. Name the family. Lotion. Yeah. Jurassic Park. Hand and body lotions. What? Now this is real. It's actually a product that comes from the actual bird. Yeah. Here's the actual bird.
Rhea.
What is that?
Rhea.
What kind of bird is that?
Yeah.
Not a rhea.
Emu.
It's an emu. In the family, name the family. Dromaeosauridae. Yeah. Look, if you go over to Cinderella Meats over here, you can buy. Sometimes, not always, but if you go to some of these fancy food stores, you can buy ground emu.
Nice.
Yeah. Or emu sausage. They do raise them. And very lean. Famous for their beautiful eggs. That's a particularly greenish, nice one, right? Yeah, yeah, that's a nice. And the baby, boo. Yeah. So your responsibility, of course, is to name the family. Emuidi? No. Dromaeodae. Dromaeodae. Okay. Now we're going to see which one of you is really sharp. We've got a clue here that will be only useful to those of you with great intuition. What is that?
It's a moon.
Name the family.
I have moon.
It's a moon,
Oh, it's-
right?
It's
Okay,
something
there's the
moon.
moon. What's this thing?
Highway.
It's a highway.
Scratch. Oh, that's a moon of Saturn. That's Saturn's ring. Okay, and you know, you've memorized all 17 moons of Saturn, I'm sure, right? This is the largest one. Okay, moon of Saturn. Okay, so that's clue number one.
Is it Sagittarius?
Yeah, I know so.
No, but that's a good guess. Very good guess. Sagittarius is actually a constellation of stars, right? So you couldn't have a moon with the same name as a constellation. Okay, clue number two. Name the family.
Oh, penguins.
Penguins, yes. No. Who's this?
Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito.
And he was the penguin.
And his ex-wife, what was her name?
Mrs. DeVito.
Mrs. DeVito. Remember she was in the famous TV show before you were born?
Stop.
Called Cheers. It was about a bar. It should have been named the Cloaca.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I can
No,
feel my
who was that? I'll tell you later. You have to name the avian family that's involved here, though, right? You're supposed to be laughing, but I know you're just pissed.
I just don't know who she is.
No. Yeah, who is that? Is she alive or dead?
Isn't it like Rita something?
Yes!
Ah!
What is it? Rita? I don't know. I forgot.
There's the clutch.
That she laid.
Has nothing to do with the car. Right? A full clutch. Wow, how many eggs are there? 20? 25? More than one female undoubtedly dumped her eggs in that nest. There. What kind of bird is that? It's a rhea. Yeah, this is Rhea Perlman. Remember Rhea Perlman? No. No.
So what
And
is
the
it?
moon of Saturn is named Rhea. So Rhea, yeah, some Greek god or something. So a moon got its name, a bird got its name after that. So what's the family of Rheas? The Rheidae. Woohoo! Okay. Okay, name the family of that. Who laid those? Look how glossy and spectacular. Those are the real thing. They were man did not polish them. There. Looks like a little grouse or something, right? Name the family. Some of them have little crests. Look at it. It's like, see, it's got some kind of on the crown. You know, they often have some fluffy. Not all of them. do. Yeah. What kind of birds are these? Name the family. They look like little grousies. They all kind of have a bit of a deep curvature to the bill. That's one thing. Live in the Americas only. Name the family. They're tinamous in the family Tinamidee. Okay. Name the family. It's a baby. I'll give you a hint. It's a baby. Look at the size of those feet. Anybody? Need more clues. Oh, there's a full adult flying. What is that? What is that? You saw this in class.
Is it a piece of comedy? Is it fast?
No, it's a very good guess. Because they do look very similar, right? We were just discussing that today, how similar they look. No, they do have big feet, but they're not megapod. Look, here's a different species of one that you didn't see in class. We didn't present you with the specimen of this genus.
Numididea? Is it blue? Numididea?
Numidity? No, not numidity. What kinds of birds are these? Look, I'll give you a clue right here. Look right there. See this right here?
Oh.
Is it a screamer?
Yeah, those are screamers.
They look completely different. from
Yeah,
the rest.
screamers.
Our screamer was great.
In the family, name the family of screamers. Anhimidae. Yeah, that's right. Anhimidae. Yeah, very good. That was a tough one, right? Because look at them. They should be called megapods. They have such huge feet. Okay, here's a good one. Here's a good clue for those of you that have been paying attention. There's a range map. And what do we see here? Australia. And then the red is the geographic range of the family. Name the family. All members of the family are only there. No, not Kagu, because Kagu is from New Caledonia. And New Caledonia is kind of like over here, off the eastern coast of Australia. So not Kagu.
Is that New Guinea?
This is New Guinea up here. New Guinea, Australia. What lives only there and has feet like that? Semi-palmate. See? Semi-palmate foot. We did cassowary already, so it can't be that. I wouldn't do that to you.
Pied geese.
Pied geese. Exactly. Pied goose, otherwise known as a magpie goose, but for the purposes of this class, you've got to come up with a god-awful family name that has like 47 letters in it, right?
6.
There it is, the pied goose, the magpie goose of Australia and southern New Guinea. Name the family. Yeah, because those of you that look back on your notes know the answer. The answer, Anatidae. Okay. There we go.
Chicken.
Okay, name the family of that. You all seen one of those, right? You've seen that almost, yeah, maybe once a month you have one of those.
Is that quail?
A quail in the family.
I thought it's a chicken.
Is it chicken?
No, it's too small.
Is it chicken or is it a quail? What is that thing? Name the family.
So what is it?
Okay, you need more hints. What's that? What do you call those big white ones? Swans, right? Anatidae. Yeah, so what does that make this?
It's a duck.
Yeah, that's... Yeah, Peter's getting really hungry. Yeah, the Anatidae. Yeah, this is actually a bird that lives in New York. It's called a hooded merganser. It's a male. If you're lucky, you can see them in Central Park in the springtime, like that. Beautiful, beautiful. Duck. It's a duck. Duck. Oh, there's the one. Remember we had that in the quiz? Was it extra credit? The most common duck in the world. The one that gave rise, this is the wild type of the one that gave rise to all the different breeds of domestic duck. Known as the mallard. Very good. That's a male. And you got to come up with a family name. Easy for you now. Anatidae. Right. Okay. Then what's that?
My backyard.
That's your backyard? Yeah, there's a... Okay, there's the bird right there. And its nest. That's all its nest.
Is that a vulture?
A what?
Is that a vulture?
A vulture? No, it's not a vulture. It's not. What builds a big nest like that?
Megapods.
Yes, and has little young. Look, here's one that just hatched and it's coming out of the nest. Yeah, megapods, right? Here's a diagram, showing how they build it. The eggs are actually pretty deep in there. And the bird is modifying the temperature by feeling around with its beak and feet. That's the brush turkey, the one that's illustrated in your handouts. But most of the members of this family look sort of like that. That's the common one. That's the genus Megapodius. So you name the family, easy. Once you know what kind of bird it is, Megapodiidae, right? Easy. Okay. How about this guy? Name the family. Want to see some more? It's a genus Crax. That one. What kind of bird is that?
Crassidae?
Yes, Crassidae. And this is a Chachalaca. There's some pretty amazing crassids, including ones with weird things on their heads. We saw we've showed you a horned guan. So these other ones. But you got to name the family. Pretty easy. Crassids. Crassidae. Humidity. Yes. It's not the heat. It's the humidity.
There's a red eye.
Yeah, look at those. There's not that many kinds, but they're all pretty different, just like 4 genera. Crested guinea fowl, helmeted guinea fowl. The guinea fowl in the family Numididae. Vulturine guinea fowl and Agilastes. You got to come up with the family name. Numids. Humidity. Eggidae. Okay, clues. This nest has a full clutch, and it was photographed in the state of New York.
That's all you should need.
That's all you should need. Yeah, that's all you should need to name the family. But we'll give you more because we're so nice. Name the family. Something that's starting with the letter O, right? Yeah. Odontophoridae, right? And this is the bird that lived. The one on the bottom there. That's the one that lives in New York State. The bobwhite. And that's a bobwhite nest right above it. So, bobwhite. A lot of these odontophorids have something on the head. Like, see this like a little hairdo here? Or a top knot. Even the bobwhite, right on the crown, has sort of almost a crest. I guess it's a crest. Is that a crest? Yeah, it's a crest. A crest on the crown. But you got to spell this right. Okay, so that's going to be tricky. Odontophoridae. Okay. So you feeling good about you? I mean, how are you feeling in that right now? Like, oh, I need to study more, or yeah, I know this stuff so
I
easy.
need to
I
study more.
study more. Okay. All right. Now this is the most difficult one right there. It's a little quail, but it's not an odontophoric. Okay, so it's a quail. Name the family. What family are quail in that are not?
Pheasant.
New World quail.
Pheasant. Pheasant. Pheasant.
Pheasant.
Pheasant family, right? Pheasant. They're with the pheasants.
Pheasant.
Turkeys. That's a big pheasant. It's nothing but a big giant North American pheasant. This too. Look at the diversity here. These are all in the same family. It's a grouse, and not only that, you want to be more specific about that. It's a grouse called a ptarmigan. You want to even be more specific than that, you could call it. It's a species, the willow ptarmigan. In the same family. Aha! There's two birds here. We're concerned with this guy here. You know him? What's his name? Remember him from the Bugs Bunny series of cartoons? Foghorn Leghorn. Very good. Yeah, it's Foghorn Leghorn. Yeah, boy. And there's Chicken Hawk. So that's a different family. What family is that in? Chicken Hawk.
Kind of confusing. Chicken wrong.
Yeah, he's a Acipitridie, right? And we're Foghorn Leghorn is a pheasant. He's a big chicken, right? So there's a look at this one. Can you believe this? This is called the Chinese golden pheasant. When I retire, I'm going to have some of these, just because they're so amazing to look at. Not difficult to keep. I mean, you can just feed them almost anything; they'll turn out red. They're nice. They're just nice birds. Nice and quiet. I definitely do not want any peacocks on my little ranch. No. I'll take some nummidids. I'm going to have guinea fowl and Chinese golden pheasants and peacock pheasants.
I had a pair of them.
You had some golden pheasants?
Yeah. The male is next time we go to my brother's house, go to his trophy room.
All right.
The male died and I stuffed it. It's up on top.
Oh, you got it. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've had other kinds of red birds,
Yeah.
but I mean, and
they would eat.
they just, I mean, you could just feed them. I mean, they just,
crack corn.
I mean, they crack corn that turn red. I don't know how they do that. I guess they eat a lot of insects too when they're.
I didn't get many.
Yeah. Not hard to keep them red. I've had, like the crossbills,
Yeah.
they're red, but
It's different.
they turn yellow after their first molt in captivity. So. And every day you eat members of this family in various forms. So you go to the grocery store. Now when you see this in the store, you'll say, oh yes, the Phasianity, right? Yeah, the Phasianity.
Liquid chicken.
A Tragapan, go to McDonald's and have a member of the Phasianity on bread.
Boston Market.
One of the world's most amazing bird families. Like that, huh? Phasianity. Yeah, this is, what else we got here? Oh! Okay, there's a nest. Take a photograph upstate New York on a little lake somewhere. That's the whole nest. It's kind of almost like floating on the water, and that's a complete clutch. 2 eggs. They always, I don't know, they always lay 2, right? I mean,
Balloons, yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's weird. Yeah. Oh, I was going to play the sound, but that ain't going to work. Yeah. That's what they look like in the winter, like you'll be driving over some bridge in Brooklyn or something like that. Look down in the water, you see one of those, looks like a duck. But it's not a duck, it's a loon. And then in summer, both males and females look identical and much more snappy looking. Loons in the family Gaviidae. Gaviidae. Gabo.
Lunity.
Oh. Uh-oh. Now, you guys have a choice. You can either sit here and watch me struggle trying to get the next slideshow going, or not. And what time do we have?
We have 10 after 7.
10 after 7. You want more slideshows? I have this for every family. Or do you feel like that was enough for now? You're all tired. Anybody want to see more slides?
Nobody's saying anything.
How many people just want to cut out of here? And, yeah.
What should we expect on the lecture part?
Seriously?
Lecture part.
I don't think so.
It's going to be mostly true, false, and multiple choice, and also label the diagram. So be prepared. There will probably be pictures of bones. You should be able to identify. Look, for the lecture exam, know everything, know the geologic time scale. Right, we spent a lot of time on that, so you should have it memorized. Cambrian, Ordovician, Silurian, Devonian, Carboniferous, Permian, right? You should know that. Every biologist should know that, and also know the most significant event, evolutionary event in each of those periods that on the trajectory of the vertebrate that leads to birds. You know, you should know when the first shelled egg was laid, and when was a choani, when did fish evolve jaws. You know those, you know, the main events during all those periods. Anything we mentioned in class, you know, any little trivial stuff that we didn't mention in class that might have been on the handouts, probably won't be on the exam. You know, it will be things that we talked about, or especially things that we wrote on the board. And of course, the midterm sort of lab portion of the midterm will be just like the quizzes. We'll hold up specimens, ask questions about naming the family, give a common name, and in particular, we'll probably more so than in the past, we'll ask about the geographic ranges of some of these families.
So when we say know the geological constant, do we need to know that every division and the way to the birds, like all these division in every
Yes, yeah. When you're talking about the evolutionary splits.
Yes.
Yes. So, like, so you should know what archosaur means.
Okay.
You should know what Sarcopterygii versus Actinopterygii. Yeah, those kinds of things. Yeah. If it was written on the board, it's fair game
Okay.
for the exam.
We don't need to know the years, right?
You should have some general idea of the years. Yeah. It doesn't have to be exact. You know, if you're within 20 million years, that's probably good enough. But, you know, it's pretty easy to figure out. If you remember, like, when was the beginning of the Cambrian? About 5 to 600 million years, right, ago. So you use that as your reference point, and then think, okay, each one of these other periods is going to be about 80 million years long, right, or something like that. So we're not going to ask you any direct questions about exact years, but because it's not even certain. I mean,
It's not exact anyway.
it's not exact, and then different references use slightly different dates for these things. But just have some general idea.
Today's lecture will not be included in the midterm.
It will be
It
included
will?
today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, real quick. The geologic time scale, are we talking the eras or the periods?
You need to know the eras and the periods. Okay, so that's how many eras?
Oh,
Like-
eras is like six.
There's like 4, right?
Five.
There's, well, in my mind, there's Precambrian,
Oh, so, okay. 'cause we're gonna-
Paleozoic, Mesozoic, Cenozoic,
Okay.
right?
They're three for the Precambrian.
No, I'm not, no, for our purposes, we're not gonna subdivide the Precambrian. No. So, try to look at a little bit of a word of advice. Try to, if you can, I mean, I used to be a student too, try to sort of force some of this material into a longer term memory bank because, you know, about 4 or 5 weeks from now, you're going to have the final. And it's going to be cumulative. So you'll need to sort of remember.
Even on the first, on the lecture stuff too?
If it was on the first exam, it's going to be on, yeah, everything's cumulative. The final exam will, anything from anywhere in the course will be fair game.